welcome to IPL Fantasy Chit Chat once again. And today we are going to talk about match number 22, which will be played in Dubai. Sunrisers Hyderabad versus Kings 11 Punjab. Both teams have lost their previous matches. Sunrisers Hyderabad lost to Mumbai Indians by 34 runs, and Kings 11 Punjab lost to Chennai Super Kings by 10 wickets. Both teams would want to win this game, especially Kings 11 Punjab, who have only won the one match, and they must be eager to get points on board. Otherwise, it could get into that territory where they will perhaps not qualify for the knockouts. Let's take a look at what Sunrisers Hyderabad might be doing. And the big news which is coming out from their camp is that Bhuvneshwar Kumar has been ruled out of the rest of the IPL 2020 because of injury. And they've got another young pacer in the squad ahead of him, Prithvi Raj Yara. A bit surprising, because I thought they might go in for a spin option, because that's what they've been struggling with. They have Indian pacers, they have Sid Kaul, Khalil Ahmed, they have T. Natarajan, they have Basil Thampi, so Sandeep Sharma. They have that area well rounded, even if not too dependent. But again, in terms of the spin options, they have Abhishek Sharma, who does that part-time spin thing that he does. Abdul Samad, again a part-time spin thing there, and Shahbaz Nadeem, who's the one dependable spinner with a good IPL track record. He's been sitting on the bench. So again, their top half, I don't think there's any change needed in there. But again, a lot of permutations and combinations possible. They had Sandeep Sharma and Sid Kaul playing the last game, T. Natarajan playing the last game. So they could bring back Khalil Ahmed, they could bring back Basil Thampi, they could try him again. But most importantly, I think it is time for Sunrisers Hyderabad to take a look at Shahbaz Nadeem and what he can bring to the table. It's midpoint of almost midpoint of the season, and the pitches have started slowing. A lot of teams moving towards the three spinner strategies. Something for Sunrisers Hyderabad to look at as well. Kings 11 Punjab, well, Chris Gayle did not play the last game as well. And the one change they did make was KL Rahul did not keep wickets. It was Nicholas Pooran who was keeping wickets. 2 points here. One, it could be about workload management, or the second point, which is probably the issue here. KL Rahul, he's keeping wickets, he's batting at the top of the order, he's also captaining. So they maybe thought, okay, it's getting too much for Rahul at the moment. But again, that's a bit surprising that he's not keeping wickets, because, well, if it was the World T20 year, there was no way Rahul would have let it go. So a bit dicey situation there, but depends whether he will continue to keep wickets, because that opens up a slot. Because earlier you could drop Nicholas Pooran for Chris Gayle. Now you might have to drop Chris Gayle, or you might have to drop Glenn Maxwell to bring in Chris Gayle. And I personally think that they need to make these changes, especially in their bowling lineup. They have Harpreet Brar, who played the last game ahead of Murugan Ashwin, a bit of a left-arm option and an all-round option. In terms of the Indian pacers, they only have Ishan Porel, who has a bit of name out there. But then Mujibur Rahman, he hasn't played. Hardus Villian, he hasn't played either. Sheldon Cottrell, they're persisting with him, and it's starting to hurt Kings 11 Punjab. They also had Chris Jordan. So maybe they can play both Jordan and Neesham and not play Sheldon Cottrell, or bring in Mujibur Rahman. Also, maybe Maxwell not to play. Chris Gayle comes back in, or Nicholas Pooran sits. So a lot of changes possible. They did not play Karun Nair either the last time around. So a lot of changes possible in the Kings 11 Punjab lineup. They are struggling at the moment to find that optimal balance, a winning balance, really. What could be the combined fantasy 11 that could look like in this matchup? Well, you have to go top heavy with Sunrisers Hyderabad batsmen. So David Warner, Johnny Bairstow, Manish Pandey, Kane Williamson. And again, then you start deciding what sort of Kings 11 Punjab batsmen you want into the side. You have KL Rahul, of course. You have Mayank Agarwal. These two should be there. There is no doubt about it. Nicholas Pooran, yes, I mean, if he's keeping wickets, then there's a toss-up between him and Johnny Bairstow. It just depends on who is going to keep wickets. Of course, then you have Sarfaraz Khan and Abhishek Sharma, who could also be competing with Abdul Samad for a spot. Chris Jordan, again, for that all-rounder spot, in with the Glenn Maxwell. And then Kane Williamson up top there as well. So you need to balance it. You need a keeper batsman in there, or two keeper batsmen in there, depending on Rahul, Pooran and Bairstow, how that equation works out. And then, of course, you have the other batsmen, 4 or 5 batsmen. You can fit in a couple of all-rounders, maybe, again, keeping a point on how many points you are spending to buying these players or getting these players in your side. So Sarfaraz, Abhishek Sharma and Abdul Samad will have a say in terms of your composition. In terms of the bowling attack, I mean, Mohammad Shami, yes, you want him there. You want Rashid Khan there. Ravi Bishnoi, again, a toss-up there. So it depends what sort of Indian names you would want to go in with. Sandeep Sharma, Thampi, Khalil, Kaul. Maybe you want to pick one of those, or Brar, Shahbaz Nadeem. If Nadeem is playing, then my three bowling options will be Shami, Rashid Khan, and Shahbaz Nadeem, with Ravi Bishnoi just about missing out. And you can see there's an asterisk there. Chris Gayle, if he plays, maybe, just maybe, he walks in straight away into your combined fantasy 11.